Happy Beltane, everybody who is in the Northern Hemisphere. And so today I am feeling pretty feisty. And so some of the updates that I was getting for today was the universe is your playground. And I was also listening to Lee Harris, and his updates were very resonant. And he was speaking of a vibrational deselection and a throat upgrade and shifting the ways in which you really communicate and express yourself. And then I was getting be the change that you want to see around you. And it's interesting because I am in South Carolina and it gets really hot, and it was hot today, and in my car I start to get some inflammation around my neck because I've had thyroid surgery. But I also see this as a lot of upgrading in the throat chakra field. So that may be happening for a lot of you in the ways that you are showing up in your daily life, or really just altering the ways that you are expressing and asking for the things that you want or the ways that you're communicating. So, but we're gonna tap into some oracles here and kind of see what's going on. I hope you guys are having a lovely first day of May. Me and the Coven are gonna be celebrating this weekend, so I'm pretty excited. There's a little maypole involved. All right, so we have healing. And I know that that came out in the last reading too. I love that there's a little coffee cup there with a lot of indigo and magenta and red and orange. So it feels like there's been a lot of chakra updates and upgrades for you. Feeling and form. Okay, so this really kind of goes hand in hand with feeling the things that have not quite been manifested yet. And I'm really getting that they're asking for you to be calm and still at this time, but also I'm getting that there's an element of movement. So I know that that's kind of dually linked, but I feel like there's kind of like a dichotomy happening, and perhaps it is really feeling into the body and feeling into the ways that we can move the energy through, and quieting the mind is kind of what I was getting with that. So, and we have loudspeaker at the bottom of the deck. So something with the throat, something with the communication coming up right now. And I feel like there's a level of suppression and oppression, and I know that there's a lot of that going on in society right now and has been, but I feel like there's a level of that in your life that is asking for you to speak up, be louder, and to really communicate your truth. So we have get curious. Ooh, that one flew out of my hand. And we have love. So it's interesting because I feel like this level is a level of clearing to be able to pull in new energies for you. And I was also getting a lot about having fun. There's a really big emphasis on allowing joy and curiosity and the lighthearted energies into your field, while simultaneously doing the deeper work to shed these old layers and old paradigms, and to really allow yourself to sink into the joy of feeling into those vibrations. And then we have the revolutionary at the bottom of the deck. And I love this card. I love the flame on top because this is that initiation. That's very much the Ace of Wands. It is that fire starter energy. So Let's get into some tarot, shall we? Spirit, what is going on for the collective at this time? Yeah, I'm feeling very heady. So a lot of you may be needing to move the body to release some anxiety. Wow, we have a lot of fire. Makes sense for Beltane. Cool. And then can I get one more, Spirit? Wow. Okay. We have 3 of Swords at the bottom of the deck. So I'm really feeling that there is a level of courage and strength that is being presented for you, and these are the energies that is being asked for you to tap into. And the reason why I say that is because the 3 of Swords is here, and this is really beginning to start new and to start fresh. And with this 3 of Wands, this is taking that step into the unknown and to have the strength and to know that this next venture may not be completely clear, but it will set your heart on fire with this Ace of Wands. And feeling into the passion and feeling into the heart space is, I'm getting a lot of Leo energy here. That's really where you're going to find those pockets of inspiration and downloads. So I really feel like a level of change. So something that you have been doing is asking to be restructured or to be moved away from if it is not working for you. So that could be a level of meditation, dynamics with people, friendships, lovers, whatever it is for you. It's really calling to ask, where is the love? Where is the love in your life? Where are you feeling like you are giving love, but you're also receiving it? And with that, we're all mirrors. We all reflect what is going on internally. But there's also a level of temperance, and I feel like there's a lot of inner healing happening, and you may be having a head over heart dilemma is kind of what I'm getting. So some of you are asking for you to be authentic and to not place a judgment on how you are feeling and what you are feeling, and allow yourself to feel it completely in your full transparency, and write it down, get it out from here and put it on paper. And that allows this energy to be moved throughout the body and for it to be transmuted and to be understood. And so moving from the temperance, we have the Fool, and then we have the 2 of Wands, and then we have the Star. The Star wanted to pop out too. So there's a lot of expansion that is being asked of you at this time, but I feel like you're trying to figure out where this expansion is going and taking you, and what's the right path is what I'm hearing. Temperance, the Fool, 2 of Wands, and the Star. Okay. And then we have the Eight of Swords at the bottom of the deck here. So for a lot of you, this feels like inner dynamics. And I feel like there has been a level of feeling left out, feeling some lack energy. And I feel like that is starting to be transmuted. I feel like there's a lot going on within the mental space, and now you guys are starting to really pull it down into the heart, and you're starting to look at it from a more loving and compassionate place. And I feel like there's a level of needing to release old stories and needing to release some pain that has been harbored within your body and within your field and your emotions. So I love that the Three of Wands is here because the Seven of Pentacles is also here. So this is seeing that the route that you are being asked to go is going to be an investment. It's going to take work. It's going to take, some financial commitment, some time for you to really start to, I'm hearing, build a new life. So whether you are leaving behind past dynamics with people or you're starting a new career, this is going to come from a level of being completely authentic and in your loving vibration. And if anything, it could come from you. What your heart and what your soul is really asking you to do at this time. I feel like with this Strength in the Moon card, there's some deeper truths that you are starting to uncover and starting to unveil. I feel a level of unpacking here. So some of you may be talking to therapists. You may be therapists yourselves. But this is really a level of shining the light bright into the unknown. And I'm also getting that a lot of you, there's things that you hold that you don't tell anybody. And I think that may be starting to manifest within the body, and that makes sense with that closing of the throat. So really communicating to people who are not going to judge, people who you feel safe and heard with. And if you don't have anybody in your life like that, it may be time to either seek out Reiki or seek out counseling. An unbiased, sacred, and safe space for you is what I'm picking up with this. And then we have the Ace of Wands and the Lovers. So to me, this is really about a divine union, and this can be a divine union within yourself. So tapping into that masculine, that healthy protector energy, and also that divine feminine of the receiving. We also have the Empress here too. So I feel like a period that you guys are moving into is very much self-sustaining, and they're asking you to not be in a mindset of having to produce all the time. They're asking you to sink into the feminine and to be still, because oftentimes we're doing work in the astral without physically doing it here. And I can't tell you how many times I've woken up from, being asleep, and I just have these energetic downloads that, I wasn't thinking about before I went to bed, but it kind of just clicks and it starts to make sense when I come out of the sleep state. And I feel like there's a lot of subconscious processing going on for you guys, because the moon also represents subconscious. So feeling into those deep internal waters, and knowing that even if you are consciously you don't feel like you're consciously doing the work, know that your guides, your team, they're helping move this energy for you. So we have the Fool and the Empress here. So this feels like a huge shift of holding your vibration, a shift in where you are powerful, you are strong, and I'm hearing people respect you. People respect your boundaries, people respect your creativity, and people respect your need and your wants for specific things. And I feel like this is a vibration that you are holding, and people are starting to feel it. And this may be something new for you because the Fool is here. But I feel like this is a level really of being so deeply connected to your inner goddess or your inner god, your inner divinity, and to hold this space and allow it to be reflected, allow yourself to be seen in this space. And that is going to be cultivating a whole other level of respect. And I think that there's a lot coming up around enhancing the way that you kind of put yourself out into the world. Also allowing yourself to be seen is something that's coming up very loud for you guys. I do feel like there's a little bit of imposter syndrome about this new endeavor, this new chapter, because I do have the Two of Wands here with the Seven of Swords. So I feel like that's again that mental mind frame, getting yourself out. And honestly, I see imposter syndrome as an upgrade, and because imposter syndrome, really at the root of it, is being somewhere that you haven't been before. And because you haven't been there before, you don't know how to do things, or you don't know how to, move in this new upgraded vibration. But like I was saying in the last video, embodying the energies that you are wanting to be, even in this uncomfortable Seven of Swords fog, is really going to prove to yourself that you know what you're doing. You know, and you hold the power to create your reality. And that also goes into the messages that I was getting about becoming the change that you wish to see in your outer world. And a lot of the times we can kind of get in our heads about, well, I don't have, anybody reflecting back to me how this is supposed to look. I haven't had any training. I don't know what I'm doing. And that's such an interesting place to be, because Spirit is kind of having the faith that you will figure it out, you will do it, and you will be that revolutionary. You will be the initiator, you will be the leader of your reality. And that's infectious. That is very much like when people see that you are living authentically, you are living in your truth, you aren't afraid to express yourself on an elevated and upgraded way, really, people are attracted to confidence. And I feel like this is really going to be an area of confidence. So a lot of you are going to be experts in your field. A lot of you may be getting promotions at work, or a lot of you may be tapping into, possibly areas that are not traditional, but you do these things every day. And sometimes the best information and the best healing doesn't come from a book. It comes from living and experiencing the growing pains, experiencing some of this heartbreak and some of the grief that you possibly have or will go through moving out of this cycle. And that is also transmutation, but it can help others. And a lot of you may be stepping into more mentor roles and are possibly taking on new clients. I feel like I'm kind of speaking to a lot of entrepreneurs or people who have unique stories to be able to share and to help upgrade. So, and then we have the Star and the Queen of Pentacles. So to me, because the Queen of Pentacles is here, she has taken the action to really be able to cultivate this security and this foundation. You can see that she is not rushing. She is enjoying her fruits, and we also have the Empress here too. So I feel like a lot of you guys have been focusing on your foundation in your 3D realm. We're also still in Taurus season. But some of you may be actually pulling the trigger on things that you have been putting off because of that mentality of, I don't have enough money, I don't have enough time. But this is saying that you do. And investing in whatever it is that is lighting you up and the things that you have been asking for, they're going to start to manifest in your 3D world. And this is super powerful because you are co-creating with spirit. This is where it's at, baby. This is it. I love it. Absolutely love it. Get out of the imposter syndrome. Been there. I get it. With love. I still struggle with it. Easier said than done. But on the other side of it, just know that it's because you haven't been there before. All right, Spirit, what advice is here for the collective at this time? Release. Grounding. And believe. And then we have create at the bottom of the deck. So yeah, this is really feeling like you are starting to make room for a new fulfilling piece of your life. And by releasing whatever this stagnancy is, the pain, the hurts, the, feeling left out, very 5 of Pentacles here. I feel like a lot of you are working through abandonment wounds. This is going to help you to create a whole new foundation for yourself. And you will be able to manifest from a much more grounded and authentic place. So give yourself grace and know that what you are bringing down, what you are talking to the universe about, believe that they are working with you and that they're listening. And know that there's always a higher perspective about time. Know that your team is around you always. And know that the more you communicate and the more you talk and put it out, even if you feel like you're crazy talking to yourself, I'm talking to a camera right now, know that the energy of your voice is so powerful, and it is your authenticity, it is your truth, and don't let anybody take that away from you. So I love you guys. I wish you a beautiful Beltane, and I really hope that you guys get out there and have some fun. Do some dancing, express yourself, be wild and free, howl at the moon, and please like, share, subscribe if these energies and these readings are jiving with you. But I hope you guys have a great rest of your weekend. Blessed be. Bye.